Alright, so in this video we're going to be covering on how exactly you can scrape unlimited agencies for literally less than your coffee budget. Yes, you heard it right. Unlimited agencies and basically scrape all the data for literally less than your coffee budget. And the process is going to be really simple, right? First of all, we find the companies. Based on that, we don't have to play around with keywords, with industries and all that, right? That process is really tedious and that process is solved, right? We've got the companies and now we want to find those companies and now we want to find the people who are working in those companies, right? So I'm going to go through a step-by-step guide on how exactly you can do it, right? In this video, I'm basically going to be covering, for this case scenario, we're going to be using clutch.co, right? Through this, you can find all the naming agencies, branding agencies, SEO, PPC, let's say email marketing, and let's say digital marketing. Any sort of agency, you name it, it's there, right? So for this case scenario, the tool which we have on the table is Leadamax by Leadamax. That basically allows you to scrape unlimited lead lists for literally less than your coffee budget, right? It's not just agencies data you can scrape, Google Maps, Built With, Laka, store leads, all the data is just available, right? So first of all, of course, I'm going to go into Slack, and this is the Slack channel, right? And you just have to place an order like this, right? You just go into Leadamax list order here, and just like Hashir, how it's done it, right? Kindly put this on the order list of the Built With, and also all SEO firms in Clutch and worldwide, right? So let's suppose we take this example, and I've already replied to it and scraped and sent to Deem, right? This is how it works. So first of all, what you want to do, just say something like, hey Moise Karim, scrape, let's say digital marketing in first 2 pages. That's literally, of course, for this case, and we're just going to take first 2 pages. But even if I want the complete digital marketing, you just have to write something like 100000000, so on and so forth, right? Like an unlimited number, so that it scrapes the complete digital marketing out of Clutch, right? This is how seamless it is. So first of all, of course, I've written the message more like a text message, and I'm just going to click on send. Once I've sent it, within a couple of minutes, I should have the complete lead list. So of course, I've got the link. This is the link, and I'm just going to click on that. I'm going to click on download. I'm going to open a new spreadsheet as well, sheets. Click on that. Then, all right, I've actually clicked on the wrong button. File, import, and we simply want to go into upload, drag and drop, and we're just going to wait for it. And also, it should be replace spreadsheet, right? Do not, I would actually prefer replace spreadsheet, import data, right? So of course, we've got somewhere about 98 results. Of course, 99, but first one is the row. So we've got 98 results. Reason being because we only scraped the first 2 pages, for a quick case scenario, and kind of take it from there, right? So for this case scenario, we have got the company name, and we have got the domain as well, right? Now what exactly we want to do is find the people who are working in those companies, right? Find their email, find the full name, so on and so forth, right? So we've got the company name, so on and so forth, right? What I'm going to do, I'm going to click on file, download it as CSV, right? Once I've downloaded it, I'm simply going to go into Clay, click on new workbook. There are 2 ways, right? You can use Apollo as well, and you can use Clay as well. But for this case scenario, we're simply going to use Clay, right? I'm going to click on add blank table, and now I want to click on add action, import from CSV. Just going to drag and drop this file. We're just going to wait for it. And now I want to click on replace current table, so that it basically gets the data in this specific table that is on the screen, right? And just going to wait for a second. Now we've got all of these data kind of import, right? Now it's really important, right? I want 100% of your attention, right? I'm simply going to go into actions, find people at these companies, right? For this, you simply don't need the premium plan, right? You can just use it free of cost, right? I just want to go into job titles, and I can include job titles like this, or I can simply include levels: owner, partner, C-suite, VP, director, head, manager, senior, right? And then based on that, I can add experience, I can add the bio as per the LinkedIn, location, I can add such as United States and all that if you want to filter it down, profile, certification, language, education. And this one, right, it's really important. It must be mapped in as per the domain or website, right? So it's basically going to take the domain and based on that, add into LinkedIn and find the people who are working those companies, right? So this domain is really important, right? It should be mapped in as well, right? So then based on that, I can include the past experiences, exclude people, and now it's really important, right? If you want to limit the results down, let's say to maximum 100, or if you want to limit per company, it's up to you, right? For limit per company, you can have maximum 2 to 3, but it's up to you. For this case scenario, we're not going to touch the settings. Preview people, and then import to existing table, right? We're just going to click on new table, import profiles, continue for free, right? It's free of cost. Not even a single pence is being charged, right? Just going to wait for it. And now as you can see, right, we've got the data, right? The data is kind of coming in. So Anthony Melo, and he's kind of working in Fresco data. Now this part is really important, right? Once the data is kind of imported, we should have somewhere about 100. We've got 100 results, right? I'm going to click on add column, and now we want to find the emails of these people, right? But for this, of course, it's going to be paid. You can either use your credits or you can use your API key of find email, right? We're going to click on add column, add enrichment, and find work email. There are two ways, right? You can either use a waterfall function, right? Or you can either use just one specific tool. It can be Prospeo, find email, Leadmagic, whatever API you've got, right? Leadmagic is if you want to use the credits, right? It's basically affordable, but if you use find email, right? And let's suppose we kind of use that, and then you want to make sure the full name and the company domain is mapped, and I'm going to click on that, status valid, and I'm simply going to save and don't run, right? I'm going to basically show you the trick. I'm just going to run it for 4 or 5, just a quick case scenario for this video. Valid, and as you can see, for those which it's not going to find, right? So let's suppose for this one and this one, right, it hasn't found it, right? What I'm going to do, I'm going to click on add column, add enrichment, and I'm also going to run another waterfall function, right? So find email, and I can use, let's say drop contact, right? This one, I'm going to use that one, and I'm going to basically add a formula, right? I'm going to write only run if / email is blank, right? So this way I can just save credits, right? So we're going to generate formula, and output is correct, and I'm going to click continue to add fields, and let's suppose we just want the full name, we just want the email, and that's pretty much it. We just want the email. Save and don't run. So for this case scenario, we just want it for that one, and that one. If it doesn't work, you can just simply run the normal waterfall function. Of course, with find work email, with find email, it can find some results and it can't find some results. But let's suppose for this one, right, it's got the email, right? But even if I still run for this, it's not going to run, right? It's not going to run for that one. So for this, yeah, as you can see, run condition not met, and it still hasn't found the email, right? For this case scenario, you can just run the normal waterfall function, right? Add column, add enrichment, find email, and this is the one, find work email. As you can see, work email, I'm going to click on that, and I can just run this waterfall function, right? Of course, for this case scenario, it might take a lot of credits, and you can also double verify that from zero bounds and enroll Leadmagic, whatever you want to choose, right? You can just double verify that, and also make sure this specific function is on. Only mark safe to send email as valid, right? So which means that catch-alls will simply not be included, right? Only the verified emails, right? Double verified emails, right? And this is exactly how you can kind of reduce the bounce rates more than 0.5%, right? So which means that your bounce rate are not going to exceed the 0.5% level, right? So this was a quick video on how exactly you can kind of find all the agencies, and based on that, find the people working in those, and based on that, find their work emails, right? And if you're quite interested in this tool, I'm going to leave this specific link in description. You can simply check it out. And if you want to work with us, if you're a B2B company or B2B SaaS company and you're looking for a complete done-for-you outreach system, which means that complete done-for-you cold emails to get more leads, to get more meetings and more demos, you can also book a call with me. I'm also going to leave that link in the description. Till then, I'm always staring afar and I'm always rooting for you. Peace.